Rockney Hall here at Central Catholic High School, the site tonight for a big matchup in the Skyline Division of the East Penn Conference. As you're going to see Northampton, the Concrete Kids, taking on the Central Catholic Vikings. Our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Hi and welcome everyone. Al DiCarlo, please be joined by Mike Raymond, and should be a great atmosphere here tonight. And obviously, when you're at Rockney Hall, it's always a great atmosphere.
It is. It really is one of the best venues here in the Lehigh Valley, and two premier teams in the Skyline Division taking on one another here, and then seeding implications are at the forefront of each and everyone's mind, and we're going to find where Central Catholic and Northampton. Remember, Central Catholic upset by Northampton the first time around, and I know Central Catholic worried about this one.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that as the night progresses. Northampton 13-8, Central Catholic at 19-2. But as you look at these two teams, Coy Stampone in the seventh year, coming off a win against one of their rivals in Nazareth, 50-39. They've won 4 of 5. Zach Gula, one of their go-to guys.
Yeah, Gula and Rodriguez, both of them, they're phenomenal. It's about 12 points a game, dangerous from behind the arc. So they're definitely going to get after this Central Catholic Vikings defense. It's going to be interesting to see how the Vikes go after playing defense against these sharpshooters.
Well, for Dennis Sensen and his team, well, they have run off a bunch in a row since last losing to Northampton, and that was a while back. They won 16 straight, looking for a little revenge. As Mike mentioned, Nick Filchner, their senior guard.
Yeah, 6'8", senior leadership, 1,000-point scorer, very dangerous. I know that they're very humble when he's approaching a lot by his teammates, his coaching staff, well respected. So you're obviously going to be a focal point of the offense and everything that Central Catholic is going to do tonight.
Well, expect a good matchup between these two teams. Northampton taking on Central Catholic. We'll come back with our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive.
We are back here at Rockney Hall. Al DiCarlo, Mike Raymond with you. And down the floor is Joey Draper. He's our student reporter from Emmaus. He's watched the Central Catholic team just a little while ago. That was about a couple days ago. And Joey down the floor with our first report. Joey?
Hi guys, it's Joey Draper, and I am just getting back from talking to Central's head coach and Northampton's head coach. And they said for Northampton that they are looking to play more zone tonight to be able to slow down Nick Filchner, Tyson Thomas, and Thomas Spungardny. For Central Catholic, the team that they want to beat the most is this Northampton team, because in their first meeting, Northampton got the better of them. Central looks for key players tonight to be Tyson Thomas and Nick Filchner. Nick Filchner coming off of getting his 1,000th career point last week at Emmaus. He said that he forgot about that the moment he stopped talking to me after the game, and he's ready to focus on getting the win here tonight. For Central Catholic, the division is on the line. A win could give them the division. For Northampton, they're right now in 7th place, trying to sneak into the playoffs. A win tonight would help their style in getting into the playoffs tonight. It's going to be an exciting matchup. I'll talk to you guys later on at the break. Back up to Al upstairs.
All right, Joey, thanks a lot. Joey doing a great job with us, day in and day out. We're up to 40 student reporters with us here at D11 Sports. And, Mike, I know you do a great job in the radio at Fox, 1320. And, glad to have you on board as well. Good opportunity for you to get behind a mic and strut your stuff as well.
Listen, it's a unique opportunity to be able to call some games. Usually I don't have to come out on location unless we're doing a little bit of a remote. But it's an opportunity for me to sharpen my play. Well, I'll let play-by-play will be you, but I'll do the color. I was in the booth for Easton Phillipsburg this year, so looking forward to getting some basketball reps here.
Yeah, and it's a great time. And, as Joey mentioned, and we'll take a look at the standings as we go, throughout. But it's interesting not only for the league playoff implications, but also for districts and where these teams stand. And talking to both coaches, we actually talked to Coach Nykum. Coach Dennis Senses was talking to his players and getting ready for the senior night that they had here earlier. But, some of these coaches are confused, not sure exactly what's going to happen, because if you put it in all perspective, we'll talk about this, Northampton beat Central Catholic. If they win tonight, they would beat them twice. But Northampton lost to Parkland twice. Yep. So Parkland has the upper hand, but Parkland's got to win tonight. So it's a revolving door. When you look at the 8-team East Penn Conference, it becomes even more interesting because, there's a bunch of teams fighting for one spot at number 8. So
big log jam at the top there in the Steel Division, and then of course in the Skyline Division we're going to find out a little bit more tonight. Parkland obviously controlling some of the destiny here, but does not discount this Central Catholic Northampton game at all.
And Parkland took a big loss the other night when they lost to arch rival Whitehall, and Whitehall little by little sneaking their way in at the same time. So. So we'll see what happens between these teams. We'll come back and get ready for the opening tip from Rockney Hall. Back after this.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We have so many different shots that we're going to be getting throughout the night, but as you look around at the shots, it's interesting because anywhere in here, the Wall of Fame, and, I just walked over, one of my old colleagues, Meredith Morakovitz, who was in the hall, I'm just going to send her a photo, and, it's great to be here. I've done so many games here at Rockney Hall, and this atmosphere is going to be pretty good. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for both teams as we bring them on in. And the starting 5, Spencer Cole, 5'11", senior guard. Dante Rodriguez, a 6'3", senior guard. Zach Gula at 6'1". Jake Chrisman, 6'2", senior forward. And Isaac Harris at 6'2", the sophomore guard. For the Central Catholic Vikings, they will go with Christian Spagnardi. Jalen Green is also in the starting 5, along with Tyler Thomas. Liam Joyce, who coach is concerned about, Coach Coy Stampone. And Nick Filtner at 6'8", only a sophomore. Comes in here, and senior. Sorry, that's incorrect. That was a mistake I put there. I'm like, I know he's not a sophomore.
Yes,
so senior on there. Yes, but we're going to see really. I'm not going to say in the first few minutes, but the first time these two teams met, it was 61-50. That was back in December, so a lot has changed since then.
Yeah, without a doubt. And in terms of seedings right now, you got to be aware of that Skyline division and what they're going to be playing for tonight. But once this ball tips off here in just a few minutes here at Rockney Hall, focus will be just on this opponent right here. And I'm expecting a lot from Filchner. I know that specifically he is going to be a point of a concern for the Northampton Concrete kids.
Let's take a look at the keys of the game as we bring them on in and look at them real quick. Solid defense, slow down Filchner, easier said than done. Get team production on offense, and for Dennis Sensis, he wants to contain Rodriguez, who hurt them in the first meeting, and limit the turnovers as we get ready for the opening tip. Dennis Sensis now in his 8th year at the helm, and his team, again, has run off 16 in a row, their last loss to Northampton. Call it revenge, call it what you want, but we call it a game, and it's the last night of the regular season, aside of the Allen game tomorrow, because they'll be retiring or the Hall of Fame induction of Doug Snyder. So one game tomorrow night in the East Penn Conference. The tournament gets underway on Friday, and then they get to the semis at the PPL Center with the finals on the day on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. They had to move that a day earlier. Hopefully weather does not cause any problems there. Underway here with Northampton trying to control a tempo here early on in this contest. First three is up, and that one rims out. Doesn't go for Isaac Harris.
Yeah, Northampton trying to move it around outside the perimeter, not going inside as of yet against that Vikings defense. A little bit of a ball movement. Good shot, good look, but ultimately did not go.
Trying to power it down low. Inside out they go. Driving the lane 1-on-3. Nice kick out. Here's first attempt on the three. That one will not drop, however, by Jalen Green. So both teams from the field. First shot.
Something that we're going to see a lot. I think both teams, according to statistics, like to shoot that ball from behind the arc.
And when that goes, it's great. When it doesn't, that's the hard part. Nice drive on through for the first basket of the game for Dante Rodriguez. Rodriguez had 14 in the first meeting.
Yeah, really good drive to the basket there. Easy layup, get those easy baskets. And I know that was going to be a concern for the Vikings, containing that driving ability of Rodriguez.
Spagnardi goes up top and gives that one to Liam Joyce. And Joyce makes him pay with the trifecta. That's his 5th of the season.
Really good open look shot from the top of the arc there. Gets the Vikings the early lead.
1-on-4. Again, that penetration is going to be key tonight. Driving on through, nothing there, and that leaves a wide open look at another three, and that one will drop home again. Spencer Cole with number 34 on the year.
Yeah, well, you get that interior penetration, loosens up the defense, and you get a wide open look like you had there, and make the most of the opportunity. Credit Cole there for the open three-pointer.
Early going, you're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Al DeCarlo, Mike Raymond, Joey Draper, Dave Micah. Glad you could join us for this Monday night affair. That one goes off of Northampton.
First opportunity here in the month of February. Get a good look at that open three-point basket by Cole. And, again, very, very good outside shots.
Vikings looking to inbound it. They do, and they'll reset their offense here. Feed it in the paint, 1-on-1, nowhere to go. Good job of holding his own inside the lane was Zach Gula.
Yeah, Gula really got in the face of Spagnardi there and made it difficult hit for him to have a contested shot there.
Inbounded to Filchner. Again, Filchner going over 1,000 against Emmaus.
Filchner, a 6'8" guy. You don't see a lot of those guys on the perimeter, but he's got some really good ball handling skills as he goes down there on the baseline.
And it drives baseline, and you don't want to see that kind of contact. First foul of the game goes to Jake Chrisman.
81% free throw shooter for Filchner. Did not get that shooting foul, so not going to the line at this point.
3 minutes into the opening quarter, 5-3 in favor of the K-Kids. Again, the last team to beat Central Catholic. Central Catholic's only other loss is to Parkland, so they are rolling along right now. Pass inside. That one will not go. Ball loose, and it goes off the Vikings, and it's Northampton basketball up by 2.
Liked what they did there in terms of defense. Got to go through a few guys to get to the basket, making some obstructed lanes there. Have to challenge those shots. Can't give up uncontested shots down there in the paint. So Northampton standing tall on defense.
Wide open, and maybe too wide open. Sometimes when the open look is like that, you reset and you start again. Like, wait, who's guarding me? This time they go from the corner. That one won't go. So 2 misses by the K-Kids, but they get their rebound once again. The first shot was taken by Harris, second one by Cole, and now Cole again from the same exact spot, and he's going to nail that one. 2 threes for Cole, 35 on the season. Northampton jumps out to the 8-3 advantage.
Straightaway 3 there from close to the baseline. I know when I played basketball, that was one that I had trouble with, so props to Cole on that one. Coming back the other way, though.
Ball loose after the miss. They'll battle for it, and some way, somehow, Liam Joyce, he's got all 5 points.
Yeah, good way to get the rebound there. Go back up with it real quick. High percentage shot.
Past the midway point of quarter number 1. Down to 3:34 on the clock.
Let's see if K-Kids start shooting this Vikings D out of that 2-3 it looks like they're setting up with.
Cole reset the offense. Right now, they're doing a great job on the board. Second and third effort. This one's way behind the arc, and it doesn't matter. And Coach Setsis doesn't like that. That's 3 threes for Cole.
Yeah, really open shots, really. I mean, they're just moving that ball outside the perimeter and creating that crease right at the elbow, and you really got that straightaway 3-point shot. It's kind of like open looks.
Wow, great look down low.
Got that pump
by
fake.
Joyce.
Pump fake goes back up with the other hand. Very nice move by Liam Joyce. All the points for Central Catholic.
Down to 2:47 on the clock. When you're hot from behind the arc, you keep taking them, and that's Isaac Harris that says, I'll take a 3. That's 28th on the season, and this is the worst thing that can happen to Central Catholic. That was their biggest concern if they hit from the outside.
It seems like they've been given a lot of space to Harris, and it's something I've noticed early on. I'm not sure if you're concerned about some of the other guys hurting you for the K-Kids, but he's had some open looks too if he wanted to take them. That one went down for him.
And a little runner in the lane will not go for Tyson Thomas. And right now the biggest lead of the game, it's at 7. Driving through, a little bit out of control, doesn't matter, scores. Yeah, and there's the timeout.
You got to stop the bleeding here a little bit. K-Kids are looking really strong. Even when they have the open looks, they're sinking them, and even when they go in the lane. You see right here, nice pump fake going up. A little bit of luck there.
Drove it on through, and I guess when things are happening the right way, right now they're happening. He's got 5 points, 9 points for Cole, and Cole's been red hot. But take a look at this 3. This is way behind the arc. This is a couple of them. That was Harris there, and earlier, Cole was hitting from way behind the arc, and they're giving it to him. 16-7 to score. Take a look. This one, they reset their offense, and then they fire into the.
He's got the guy in his face. I mean, credit Cole for being able to drain that one. The guy went in his face. It's tough when you're playing that zone. On those perimeter shots, it's tough to get a step and get the defender right in the face.
Trying to get down low. Central out of the timeout. Vikings ranked in the top 5 in the state in the 4A classification. Trying to drive baseline. There's a first shot from the corner that they'll get from Filchner. He will not connect.
Right now, Spencer Cole leading the way for the K-Kids, 9 points on the game. Isaac Harris chipping in with 5 of his own.
Down to 1:11 on the clock. Another shot at a 3. Wow, Spencer Cole is eating him up. He's got 4 threes.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all he's focusing on. You got to know that if you're Central Catholic. He's not driving the ball. He's not making any attempt to go into the lane. He's posting up for 3 balls.
Up by 12 to the surprise of many here at Rockney. Filchner, a little bit out of the control.
You got to think maybe some of the emotions from senior night. I know that not a ton of seniors, not like the senior-laden team that Northampton's trotting out there, but you still get those emotions from senior night. Maybe it might take a little bit of time before they get settled in here.
Well, last week also Central Catholic had 3 games in 3 nights. But this is the part of the season where you're going to go, and go, and they're going to take those threes all night long. That was Zach Gould's, I think, first attempt from behind the arc. Now running the floor, changing hands. That one will not go. And they got numbers coming the other way. Here's Cole. And they'll dish it back out to Cole, looking for another 3. That one hits the front of the rim at the end of the quarter. Through 1, all K-Kids. They lead 19-7. As we take a look at more action from them, he popped home 4 threes. Back with more, our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
19-7 after 1 quarter of play. Cole with 4 threes. Add another one by Isaac Harris. It's all been behind the arc. Mike, your thoughts of the opening quarter?
Hey, listen, if you can get 45% of the three-point baskets to go if you're Northampton, I'll take that all night. I'm curious to see how Coach Sensitz adjusts his defense if he stays in that zone or if he goes man-to-man. They got to do something because they got to slow down this hot shooting offense for Northampton. Right now, 45% from behind the arc. Got to love it. That last one,
yep.
with Filchner, he went to coast. You got to get your spark from your star player. He had a really good opportunity at the basket and in transition. I think that's going to be key to get Filchner involved in this game.
Glad you could join us here from Rockney Hall. Al DiCarlo alongside Mike Raymond, Joey Draper, our Emmaus student reporter, Dave Micah, and Northampton is coming out of the start to quarter, and some patience start things up.
Well, why wouldn't you? You got a nice little lead. Milk that clock a little bit. When we talked to Coach Nykamp pregame, we was concerned about this Northampton team, and it's a high percentage shooting team, and for whatever reason, these Vikings have trouble with the K-Kids. You got to think about, in terms of divisional opponents, you get familiar. It means something.
You get very familiar. Nowhere to go, so they'll try to hit it from the outside, off the green. That's Dennis Kidd Andrew, who hits his 5th three-pointer of the year as they change up the lineup here to start the second.
Yeah, you get some fresh legs out there and give your starters a little bit of rest. But, yeah, high percentage shot. He was wide open. I mean, I'm glad he was able to hit that one.
Up top 3. They are not missing tonight. Harris with another one. He's got 2s, 29 for the year, back up to a 9-point advantage. Check that 11-point advantage, 12-point advantage.
But that one was contested. I mean, it's not much more you can do defensively. These guys are just sinking shots.
How about Joyce so far tonight? He's got 9.
Yeah, it's the one bright spot so far for the Vikings. Getting some offensive rebounds and getting the shot back up while he's still in the paint. Some high percentage stuff, cut it to 10.
Well, we can hear Coach Sensitz from here.
They're pushing that zone out.
Spin move, but that's the guy that's been getting open all night long. He is going to have a career night because they can't stop him right now. He's got 5 3-pointers here, and we're only a minute and 45 seconds into the second quarter. Wow.
Well, Coach Sensitz is telling his guys to get up on defense, push that defense out a little bit. And really, you're contesting them. You get that drive into the lane. And then, on this replay here, wide open. And on the last one, you figure you could drive a little bit, take that defense with him, and popped it back out. Spencer Cole remains red hot from behind the arc.
So Cole averages 6.7 points a game. Well, tonight, I mean, it didn't take him more than 35 seconds to get 6 points the way he's been effective.
Well, you pick your poison, right? I mean, we talked about Gula and Rodriguez in the open, and no love for Cole, but he's still pretty sharp from behind the arc. 33 three-pointers this season. That's second best on the team behind Gula.
So it's the biggest lead of the game, now up to 13. Driving through.
And I think that's what you got to do if you're Central. Get into the lane there. Get a little physical. You have a 6'8" guy in Filchner.
The lane wide open. That one knocked away. Great job defensively by Joyce.
Fires up the crowd a little bit here at Rockney. They need some emotion, momentum, call it whatever you want. Nice little block in the lane there. And that's really, come on, get that Rockney Hall crowd fired up. This is one of the best venues here in the Lehigh Valley, and especially for basketball. I mean, it's phenomenal.
And no doubt about that. 25-12 as the Vikings try to find some rhythm. That one does not drop for Filchner, who's still looking for his first points of the night.
I mean, he's got 42 three-pointers on the year, but
that was straight through the lane. Excuse me, Mike. As Dante Rodriguez has 4.
And he can cut into that lane, and when you're concerned so much about that outside basket, leave some lanes open. And Central's doing what I think they should be doing. They're trying to cut to the basket. These shots just aren't going. I think they just need to take a breath, calm down, and when you get into that lane, feel comfortable. Take those high percentage shots.
The interior's open. Nice dish down underneath. Everything is working to perfection here on the nice dish to Jake Chrisman.
Yeah, Isaac Harris with the amazing crossover move. Goes into the lane, gets it over to Chrisman for the easy bucket.
While Northampton is hitting everything, Central Catholic is finding it hard to hit some shots from the exterior and actually interior as well.
Bone dry right now in terms of offensive production for the Vikes.
A 17-point game here in the second quarter. Doesn't get the roll. Harris.
And Northampton's doing some impressive things. Just when you think they're going to sit back and fire off those 3 balls, they start cutting into the lane, and it's impressive. High percentage shots now, closer to the basket. When you got Spencer Cole lighting it up from the outside, it makes it pretty easy to cheat up a little bit on defense.
Yeah, no question about that. 29-12, 3:31 on the clock. We'll hear from Joey Draper at the half. Joey's going to be able to talk to both coaches and get their thoughts. And right now, this is the time, that if you're Central, you want to cut into this lead as much as you can. If you can cut this lead down to 10, you've done your job. As they drive on through, and that one doesn't go.
Can't buy a bucket right now.
They have struggled from the field. I haven't seen Central struggle this much from the field in a long time.
I hope Joey's ready to ask the tough questions to Coach Sensis at halftime. I'm sure he's going to be fired up. Under 3 now.
Thought about it. Now drives 1 on 4 and got a little bit out of control. And it's picked up there by Filchner. We'll go the other way. Little turnaround in the paint. Wow.
Spagnardi, a little indecisive once he got the basket. I think he was a little bit surprised how wide open he was underneath.
They have missed their last 8 shots from the field at least. Back outside, Cole saying, I want another one. And Cole getting another one.
Wow. That's 6 3-pointers for Cole.
32-12, a 21-point lead. I'll tell you, anyone watching this one is stunned right now. 32-12 against a team that's only lost twice this year, one being to Northampton, their last loss. Here's a 3, much needed, and finally the drought stops. Griffin Partridge, the freshman, hits the 3.
If you're Coach Sensis, you got to mix up that lineup a little bit, get some fresh shooters on the floor. Little help defense there.
Down to 1:40 on the clock. You get a percentage when you want to shoot from 3. And right now,
look at this defense for Central. They are spread out all the way to the arc. They were sitting back early. Now they're forced to.
Finally, that three by
Patridge, yeah. Finally getting the scoring drought eliminated.
Nice pass down on the baseline, and two more for Jake Chrisman.
Defense went to Gula. Gula dumps to Chrisman. Easy bucket.
.113 on the clock. Again, you play two halves of basketball, so a long way to go. By the way, that is only the fifth foul total as you take a look at this nice dish down underneath for two off the glass.
You got Filchner down there low. You got the tall presence for the Central Catholic Vikings down low, but bid on the pump fake and wide open bucket for Chrisman.
.34-15. Glad you could join us here. Our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. As we're winding down the regular season. Just like that, postseason began. Cole finally misses on a three. Crowd saying, wait, why? Why'd that happen?
Listen, Cole, if I'm him, I'm taking everything. They're not even coming anywhere near him.
Great play there by Filchner. Finally on the scoreboard, Nick Filchner with 25 seconds on the clock. Cuts the lead to 17. Final 16 ticks. Again, fouls to give if you don't want him to get a shot off. Down to 7 seconds. They're trying to foul him. They're not giving it to him. And the dish down underneath. Count it. To perfection. Chrisman's got 6. Northampton with a huge opening quarter, 36-17, up by 19 at the break. Wow, that was impressive, to say the least. We'll come back with more action. You're watching our D11sports.com game of the week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive.
We are back here at Rockney Hall. The Central Catholic dance team out on the floor as you're watching them. Mike and I will chat a little bit. Mike, first things first, as we chat, when you see 6 3-pointers in a half by one player, it's saying something.
They got to find an answer for Spencer Cole out on the perimeter. He's just, shooting, knocking down open shots. It's not rocket science. He's definitely having the open looks, and whether it be close to the baseline, at the top of the key. I mean, he's doing everything, and you get a little bit of that dribble penetration, knock it back out. That's really been the recipe for the K kids right now today at Rockney Hall.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. I mean, he's hit from the corner, he's hit from the top of the key, he's hit from all over the place, and has done a good job. So he's got 18 with the 6 threes. 4 points for Dante Rodriguez, 6 points for Chrisman, and Harris has himself 8 points on a couple threes as well. for Central Catholic, leading the way is Liam Joyce. He got those 7 out of those 9 points earlier on. He's got 9, but you got to be concerned. Filcher only has 2. But as a team, that's probably the worst you're going to shoot in a year, and then you're going to come back here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it honestly. If you're Filcher, you got to be able to lead by example and get open drive opportunities. I think for Central Catholic, start taking it to the hole a little bit more. Force the foul. Get to the free throw line. Get some easy baskets under your belt. But in terms of what they need to do, they need to start playing some defense and getting in the face of these Northampton Concrete Kids shooters.
Yeah, people watching this one again last night of the regular season and a big game. Not only, when it comes to district implications. I talked to Corey Stampone before the game, and he basically said, I don't know all the scenarios.
Yeah.
He goes, but, I'm looking at it, and, as we look at that the way it's been going, and we bring in the standings, you can see it in the East Penn Conference the way it's been. And, obviously the Mountain Division is locked up. Again, you get 3 division winners and then 5 wild cards. But right now in the South, East Stroudsburg South's going to get it. But look at those teams that are sitting there at 6-3. West, Pleasant Valley, Easton, Northampton, Parkland, and throw in Whitehall in the mix too. They get a victory, and all of a sudden Whitehall could be in the mix where they have the opportunity to sneak on in depending on the tiebreakers, because there's a bunch of tiebreakers once you get past that division. But Central Catholic, they lose here, they're 7-3. Northampton moves up to 7-3. And then from there, it's like, all right, you beat them twice, but Parkland beat you twice. And, it's you get to where the brackets are.
This isn't the conversation that's happening in the locker room right now. This is focusing only on the opponent that's directly in front of you. If you're either one of these head coaches, you got to focus on what's in front of you, and then we'll find out later where those standings fall.
No question about it. You can't do anything about that now. You worry about yourself, and really you worry about a victory. And if Central wins at the same time, they can lock up maybe the top seed in the entire tournament as well. And that's, when we're talking about the East Penn Conference. You could also, be talking about the district playoffs. And when you talk about the district playoffs, it gets a little more different because right now, Northampton's sitting at 7, and you don't want to fall any further. You don't want to get to that pigtail round.
Yeah.
You don't want to play that extra game. You want nothing to do with that and put yourself in position to, get yourself ready for, the playoffs.
Looking out here at Rockney Hall, a jam-packed halftime show. Looking a little bit at the statistics for Northampton, still shooting 50% from behind the arc, 9 of 18. Right now, 14 from 24 from the floor, 0 from 0 for both teams from the foul line. Central Catholic shooting 30%, 3 of 10 from behind the arc, 7 of 21 from the floor. But again, Northampton red hot, whether it be behind the arc, behind the arc, in the paint. They've been all over the place and hitting those high percentage shots. So very impressive for what Northampton's able to do here.
All right, we're at the half, 36-17. The biggest lead of the game was 21 at, or was it 20? No, it was 20. Yes, it was 20. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes and I can't write. So the biggest lead was 32-12, but right now they're leading by 19, 36-17. One half in the books. We'll come back. We'll go down on the floor with Joey Draper, and we'll also get ready for the start of the third quarter. When we come back, you're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Back here at Rockney Hall, 36-17 is your score as we get ready to start quarter number 3. My partner in crime, Dave Micah, in the house as always. And, Dave, obviously, a good game. When you're shooting 50% from behind the arc, that's pretty impressive.
It was impressive. I'll tell you what, they were really, really hot the first half. Everything they were throwing up was going in the basket.
Dave, talk about how things are going with our students now, up to 40 student reporters, 19 schools, and we continue to give those opportunities to a lot of these students, sophomores, freshmen, juniors, and seniors.
Oh yeah, our internship just keeps growing. We have a huge. I think we have like 40 kids now, like you said, 19 schools. I mean, we're covering from the Poconos to the Lehigh Valley to Schuylkill County, and those numbers are going to grow. Next year, our goal is to have over 100 students in every school and covering their team. So we're really excited about the program.
We have the weekly meetings or the monthly meetings with the students, and I know you like taking part of that too. I always say the best part of it is when they're asking questions and the newer kids are getting the questions from them. Your thoughts of those meetings that we have and what these students are learning?
Well, the thing is we're trying to teach them, it's good to learn how to speak in the public. Just different things. And each kid, some kids are going to go to school to be lawyers. Some want to be sports reporters, all different fields. But again, you got to learn how to talk in front of people. And this is a great opportunity for these kids to learn that.
All right, Dave, thanks for taking part as always. And we go down with that, and we go down to our sideline reporter in Joey Draper. Joey?
Welcome back. You guys are watching Northampton and Central Catholic right now. 36-17 lead for the Concrete Kids. Kind of a surprise to everyone watching the game because Central Catholic, one of the top seeds in the league, is on upset alert. I spoke to Coach Dennis Sensis as he came out of the locker room, and I asked him, what could you guys do better in the second half to get you back in the game? And he gave me a one-word answer of defense. And I spoke to the Northampton coach as well, and he said he was real impressed with the first half. I asked him before the game, how can you motivate a Northampton team to pull an upset at Central at Rockney Hall? And he said, do exactly what we did in the first half, get the three-pointers going, and just be successful. So we're in for a heck of a second half. Let's see if Central can make a comeback, and for Northampton, they just got to keep shooting the three ball well. And for Dennis Sensis, he said defense, defense, and more defense. Back to you guys upstairs.
All right, Joey. All right, Joey, thanks a lot. Great job once again on the sidelines, getting the insight from the coaches. And, when we're up here, kind of what's going on down in the locker room, but when you have our student reporter down there, he gives us the insight. And that a missed putt right there by Isaac Harris, so not the way they wanted to start.
Good job by Joey down there getting the inside knowledge. Looks like Central looking to get inside like I thought they might. High percentage shot for Liam Joyce.
So Joyce had himself a pretty good night. He's got 11 now.
It's not what I expected coming into this game. I thought we'd see a lot more of Filchner, but Joyce picking up the slack and being the bright spot offensively for the Vikes.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot more of Filchner. I think it's another half, and Mike, I think you're going to get a lot of what you think you're going to get. Up top, the hot hand continues. Another three for Spencer Cole. That is number 7. Look out.
Impressive performance by Cole. And there's Filchner, he's taking the shots. He's getting the shots. They're just not falling from the floor. He's getting a couple opportunities. And that's not just him. That's everybody on Central Catholic.
So 7 3-pointers. Make it 8. Make it 8. Wow. 8 3-pointers for Spencer Cole.
And if you're Dennis Sensis, you got to think to yourself, how is he getting that wide open? They have a plan. They are playing pressure defense, but they're moving the ball so quickly. It's creating a lot of open shots for Cole.
From the outside, that one won't drop for Filchner.
Yeah, Filchner, unbelievable. Still can't get anything to fall. You got to feel for the guy. He's getting his shots, but they're just not falling.
So 8 3-pointers, and we got 5:45 left. In the last couple games we've had, Mason Barnes from Pottsville hit for 43. We had a couple guys, Deerfin Allen, hitting for over 30. And right now, Spencer Cole has got himself 8 3-pointers.
24 points.
Did I say he had 8 3-pointers? I meant 9. Sorry, I apologize.
a frustration setting in for the Central. I mean, and if you're Northampton, what do you do? Do you continue to try to step on their throat, or do you go conservative ball movement? It's a little early to maybe have this conversation, but when you're as red hot as Spencer Cole has been, I mean, you're giving little thought to what you need to do. Just keep giving them the ball. Don't create rocket science out of it.
That's unbelievable right now what we're watching. I don't know the last time I've seen 9 3-pointers in the game.
And he's not missing any. He's taking the shots and he's sinking them. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head right here, but I mean he's maybe has one miss from behind the arc.
I think that's right.
And the guy's just red hot. And if you're Coy Stampone, keep feeding him. Keep feeding him the rock. Get a little of that dribble penetration, knock it back out, let him hit the open shot. He has been open for a majority of these shots.
Has been open 100%. But wow. I mean, he's hitting from everywhere. It doesn't matter if he's in front or not.
Yeah, in front, to the side, baseline, all over the place, all over the court, left side, right side. He's not picky.
No, not at all. But, I mean, you look at that score and you're just joining us for our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. It's 45-19 in favor of Northampton.
Thinking about strategy for Central's time. They're letting the ball roll up. Worried about the time already.
That one knocked away. This one's slowly getting away from the Vikings.
And why not pass it to Cole there? You don't need to force up a shot there. Take your possession. Run some time off.
There's only 5 fouls in the first half. Driving through the lane. And a whistle and a foul as they go inside.
Yeah, Isaac Harris, like he's been doing most of the day, trying to get inside. And just a little in and out game. See if he can dribble in, take the open shot if it's there. If not, kick it out to Cole. We have not seen a foul shot yet.
We're only 3 minutes in. There's a turnover. And picked up here by Filchner to the corner. Here's a wide open look. And that is a long two by Jalen Green.
Oh, Jalen Green, my fault. Yep.
(45-21). They are tight like a glue stick on Cole. He gets loose, and then there's going to be a wide open person underneath, and there is. Because of that, that leaves Jake Chrisman open.
Do you sell out on defense to cover Cole? I mean, that could be one strategy.
15-footer is good by Tyson Thomas. That's his first 2 of the night. Averages 10.
Yeah, we thought we'd see a little bit more out of Tyson Thomas for Central.
It doesn't matter what you see here tonight. And, again, anything's possible here the rest of the way. But you know for a fact Central Catholic is one of the top teams. But when you're shooting over 50% from behind the arc and everyone's hitting.
Yeah, that one by Chrisman. Chrisman.
That's correct.
Again, a little of that dribble penetration if you're the Vikings. I mean, if you're that wide open, and if it's not Cole, it's Chrisman now wide open. First foul shot of the night for Filchner, and of the game, we should probably say.
Yeah, Filchner, you mentioned 81%. He's going to take advantage there.
Yeah, I don't know if your Dennis Senses start fouling, see if they can force some misses from the free throw line.
Second one is up and good.
On the season, he's the highest percentage free throw shooter in the game. I stand corrected, Isaac Harris. A lot less taken, though.
Yeah, big difference. Lee cut in half to 25. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. In transition, that one knocked away. And that got the crowd fired up off the baseline. And then a little too much thinking by the K-Kids. The crowd sparked and the ball knocked out of bounds. It remains Central Catholic basketball. Now, Central Catholic is looking for that spark, and they may have gotten it from that block. We'll see what happens here in this possession. Take a look at this.
Yeah, Liam Joyce with the big block off the backboard. And, even Filchner following through and getting that other steal in transition. Couldn't get the layup, but get the ball and possession.
1-on-4. Doesn't matter, driving through, and then the ball knocked away. Picked up here again. And taken there by Green. Green goes to the corner. Here's a 3, and that one will not go. Ball loose. Another opportunity here for Central Catholic to reset in the offense.
K-Kids even, getting good defensive production. It may not got the rebound there, but active underneath the basket.
A blocking foul called. Coy Stampone can't believe it. As we take one more look at this one.
I didn't see any movement from the feet there. Greg Dura out there calling the foul.
Jalen Green to the free throw line. Misses on the first free throw. Green at 59%.
Might be a nice little home Rockney call. We'll label it as that.
Big time gift. They can't convert. And coming off the boards is Dante Rodriguez. Dante Rodriguez, who heard him in the first game when he scored 14, Cole had 14 as well, has 4 points tonight. But the story of the night is 9 3-pointers for Spencer Cole.
Well, Rodriguez definitely playing the role of distributor today. Getting that ball over center court, distributing that ball, and allowing Cole to shoot his open shots. Perhaps that's what the Vikings were trying to do, limit the shots for Rodriguez, not necessarily factoring the high percentage 3-point buckets from Spencer Cole, though.
Now we talked to assistant coach Steve Nyken, who I've known forever. He said they match up very well against us. And sometimes you have those matchup, situations. But, again, talking to both these coaches, they just want to finish the regular season with a win and put themselves in position to see where they stand with the East Penn Conference tournament.
Great defensive effort, second half for the Vikes.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little momentum's starting to swing a little bit in Central's direction as they convert there with Filchner. He's got 6.
Listen, you said it right as we came out of the halftime. Filchner's going to try to get his, and he's starting to attack that basket. Now they're starting to fall for him.
The lead cut to 23.
Looks like Coy Stampone going to his bench as Jared Saul making the cut to the basket, getting fouled.
Approaching the 2-minute mark of quarter number 3. Well, they were looking for the kick out, and they didn't get the kick out. Instead, Rodriguez took it all the way in himself. But when you're hitting a 3 for so many times, you're expecting that.
Yeah, without a doubt. And first time we've seen Rodriguez going to the basket. He's definitely dangerous in dribble penetration. We saw what happens if you sell out on the 3-ball.
1:45 on the clock. And 1-on-3. I said Rodriguez only had 4 points. Well, you know what? He's got 8 now.
Well, listen, if you're Central, you can't do much more than that. You got 3 guys in his face. He's just posting up and getting a good shot off.
Filchner, no. Rebound goes to Northampton. And Cole is wide open on the wing. He hasn't shot a ball in about 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Patridge is following closely on defense, right up in his grill.
That one punched out and picked up there by Thomas. Thomas in the lane, yes. Thomas got 4 in the quarter.
Looks like Filchner might need a breather. Didn't go all the way back on the transition there. Jared Saul drawing another foul. Some minutes off the bench.
Hey, take a look at what's been happening with Rodriguez as he's made his way in. And you're here. You're looking for the kick out. You don't get it, and it goes right off the window, and that one gets rolled in.
Going to the bench here. Looks like Altamari coming in for the Concrete Kids.
Wow, how about that play?
Heady play.
Beautiful. You are paying attention when that happens.
Isaac Harris.
56-29 right off the back. Outside shot, no.
It's like a tackle there.
Take a look.
Look at that. No defense there underneath the basket for the Vikes. Very smart play by Harris. And he's making a couple smart plays throughout the game, specifically in the first half, hitting some wide open three-pointers. And then I think that is his 10th point of the contest tonight. And just another weapon for the K-Kids. Some good pressure defense there by the Vikes on the inbounds pass.
I want to thank Colleen Nosovich, Dennis Senses for their hospitality here at Rockney Hall. Always doing a great job. 21 ticks on the clock. Drive through, and we'll have to earn it from the free throw line with 17 seconds left.
Altamore on the defense there. Altamar, excuse me.
First meeting was 15-14, Northampton after one. Today it was 19-7, and then it was 30-26 at the half. It was 36-17, and the lead just continued from there.
Yeah, Vikings, I mean, they're not even within striking distance yet. And, again, in terms of expectations for today's game, yeah, not what I was expecting.
Thomas has 5 in this quarter, down to 15 seconds on the clock.
You're expecting a competitive game, but what Northampton's been able to do from behind the arc, and that's the guy right there in Spencer Cole.
Yeah, and I don't care what team you're playing. When you're on like that, you're going to be playing well. Look, everything's hitting. That's right before the buzzer, and that's Isaac Harris for 4. 58-30 after 3. Back with more. Our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this as they add 2 more on the baseline.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We are back here at Rockney Hall. Our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. And it's 58-30, your score, as we head to the fourth. Mike, your thoughts of the game through 3?
Listen, I've seen a reinvigorated Central team in the third quarter. I think it might just be a little bit too late. As you know, there's just a too wide of a margin that Northampton was able to jump out early into this game, and it's all behind the nice, easy stroke of Spencer Cole.
So 27 for Cole on 9 3-pointers. That's easy to add up.
He's wide open again. They're not even covering him.
And then underneath, whistle and a foul will send Jake Chrisman to the free throw line.
I'm wondering if we'll see some more fouling in the fourth quarter for Coach Sensit's team. Filcher from behind, and that'll give Christmas two from the line here.
So you mentioned that both teams have not gone to the free throw much, but then both teams have really not connected from the free throw much.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. First foul shot for
Northampton.
0
and
for 5.
One of 2, Jay Chrisman.
For Central Catholic, I should say. It's interesting to see if we'll see some more fouls here in the fourth quarter.
If Northampton gets in the EPC tournament, one team that they don't want to match up, or one team they may want to match up with is Central Catholic, but Central Catholic would not want to see them at all. Again, there's a lot that could happen here depending on what other scores happen tonight. You know, Northampton knows all they need to do is win and wait and see. And 10 3-pointers for Spencer Cole tonight.
Unstoppable. You can't do anything about that, especially with that defense. You know, they're flowing away from Spencer Cole, and all they're doing is getting it back out around and giving him open 3-point shots.
62-30. Driving through 1-on-3. Good job knocking away is Filcher. He's got a couple blocks tonight. gets the ball right back. Checks out the defense, drives, and can't convert. Pickup duty is there for Jalen Green.
A couple coast-to-coast opportunities for Filchner this evening. And when you're 6'8", you kind of have a height advantage for the block. Another three-point basket for Cole we're seeing here. And that defense is just late getting over. They're not rotating to the ball fast enough, and you're seeing just more and more three-point opportunities for Spencer Cole. And, you know, he's the guy who's far and away the best player tonight.
You take a look at the block, and then we go to the other end. You know, in Filchner, you know, he's going to get some opportunities, but he went 1-on-3 there, couldn't convert. But, you know, the second effort for Central Catholic, and they get the points. But right now, a 30-point lead. Again, if you're looking at the tournament and the standing-wise coming into tonight, East Stroudsburg South has locked up the division, so they're in. You know, Liberty is battling with Allen. Allen won't play till tomorrow night. And congratulations to Doug Snyder for his induction into the Allen Hall of Fame. And then in the Skyline, Central, Parkland, and Northampton and Whitehall really, you know, kind of in the mix to see what happens here.
That Easton Freedom game, a big one in the Steel Division as well, as both of them very close in terms of records.
Filchner right behind the defense.
Nice open look there for Filchner.
So 62-34 after back-to-back baskets by the Vikings.
Got to get on that transition D. Filchner took advantage of his opportunity close to the basket. Again, I think it's got to go through him, success-wise for the Vikes. And you know, Jalen Green's had some impact, you know, in terms of getting on the basket. Of course, Liam Joyce for the Vikes has a great game so far, defensively on the rebounds. 19-7
after one, a 12-point lead, 36-17, a 19-point lead at the half. They were up by as many as 20 in that first half. And moments ago, they were up by 30, 62-32, as we get ready to get back into action with 6:22 on the clock. Now, if you're Central Catholic, this may be a game that's out of reach. Again, anything is possible at the same time. But, you know, when you look at it, you know, you try to build for the next game and build for the tournament and see, if you can, you know, get yourself in position to be ready, and they will be ready. Coach Sense is a great coach, and he'll have his team prepared. Off the steal.
Patridge there with the quick bucket off the steal.
It's a little more pressure defense here by Central.
Got the press going, creating some confusion, finally getting it over the line.
Right look.
That was amazing what Spencer Cole did with his eyes there. Brought the defense to him and looked his guy open underneath. Good conversion for the Northampton player underneath.
Filchner connects on the other end.
He's getting his now. You called it, Al.
Almost a steal. Well, I have some players open here. Lost the handle momentarily. Outside Cole. People are wondering why he didn't take that. I mean, you have, you know, a 6'8" guy on you with the extension, looking like Andre the Giant. I don't think that's going.
Listen, and you talked about what you do from here, Al. Like, I don't know if you're Central. Do you burn this tape? I think you gotta. You gotta refresh yourself. Put this one behind you. I know it's still 5 minutes to go here in the fourth, but we talked about the almost insurmountable lead. And, you know, who knows, you know, down the road if this is going to be another matchup they're going to have to see.
Again, they won't meet in districts because, you know, the different classifications, but it's possible that they could possibly win, you know, play in the tournament depending on how things start. But, you know, nice look, going a little bit back door and on the reverse and scoring.
Yeah, that's the one. Cole used his eyes to take the defense the one way and just hit his guy underneath. Looks like Northampton has adjusted to the pressure.
So 4:55 on the clock as he just goes right towards the window after the shot. Trying to get it in, they do.
Playing good defense on those inbound passes.
Jared Saul's done a good job in his minutes on the court.
Oh, nice crossover, leaving Liam Joyce's sneakers and ankles on Rockney Hall floor.
Approaching the midway point of quarter number 4.
He's quick, that Jared Saul. Breaking down Spagnari there on defense.
And a good job here of Northampton. They don't need to take a shot unless they have an easy one coming, and they're going to milk some clock. Sometimes, you milk the clock too early, but you have a really big lead right now. So,
yeah, this is in terms of insurmountable leads, I think there's a little chance of a comeback here.
From the corner, that one tipped back, and somehow it was tipped by Cole over to Dante Rodriguez, and Rodriguez now has 2 more.
Opportunistic basket by Rodriguez in a good spot, made the most of his shot.
66-38.
Joyce is really good underneath the basket there. And, yeah, just getting the nice rebound, putting it up, high percentage shot at the basket. Rodriguez, I think that's his 10th point of the night.
Foul on 23, Jacob Crispin is 4.
Some success from the free throw line by Joyce. Looking at Joyce's second opportunity here, you have to maximize those free ones. He hits his second. Getting up to 40 on the scoreboard for the Vikes. Inbound pass going to Saul. Isaiah Tyler getting some time here. Playing back and forth game. Chrisman to Tyler. Tyler on the perimeter. Out to Chrisman again. If you got the ball here, kill some more clock.
Yep.
Get some attention for Mr. Cole here as he dribbles a little bit.
Everybody wants him to take one more just to see.
To see what. Yeah, listen, high percentage. And now we're talking about high percentage baskets underneath the bucket. We're talking about high percentage 3-point shot opportunities. Misguided pass out of bounds. Possession to the Vikes. 66-40 right now the score as the Vikings continue to try to dribble and penetrate. Looking at a missed shot by Burmeister. Northampton get tangled up in transition. That's Isaiah Tyler to the floor. Is getting a couple more minutes here in the fourth in relief. And a great opportunity for Coach Stampone to get some of his younger guys some playing time.
No question about it. If you're Coach Stampone, this is what you're looking at. You're looking at, okay, we know we're getting into districts, but we're hoping to get in to the league tournament. So Isaiah Tyler, the freshman, with his first free throw.
Is that the first made free throw
I think that is correct.
by Northampton?
A second.
Second, there we go. Can't go 2 for 2 for Tyler from the free throw line.
That shot off the mark. Again, the East Penn Conference tournament gets underway back on Friday, and then they will move along to the PPL Center.
Oh, very aggressive defense there by Tyson Thomas, and haven't called his name as much as I anticipated tonight.
On the baseline, and everyone's hitting tonight as John Altamar has his first 2.
Getting close to 2 minutes to go here in the game. A lot of numbers that haven't been on the floor for both squads. Getting some time here late in the waning moments.
Final 2 minutes of the contest. So all other teams watching and going to look at this game and saying, wow, Northampton. But they know. Overall, when you look at Northampton, what they've done in league play, yeah, they're going to be 7-3 now in the league. And they're going to be even 8-8. And even when he's missing, they're hitting, and that's Chrisman. That's Zach Chrisman to hit.
Zach Chrisman with a nice left hand, going up with his left.
And then Cole will settle out with 10 3-pointers.
Nice little curtain call for Cole.
When I hit 10 3-pointers.
Never. That never happened, did it?
Why would you think that never happened? I played, with that little thing in the basement, trying to hit a couple of those.
The arcade style?
Yeah, I made it a 3-pointer. 71-40.
If it was 1994 NBA Jam,
yeah, right.
Spencer Cole would be on fire.
Liam Joyce has 2 more. He's got 15.
He led the way early on, been kind of quiet here in the second half. Still making an impact on the defensive end, though, for the Vikes. Moving the ball around the perimeter now.
Yeah, down to the final 55 seconds or so.
Isaiah Harris getting some time here for the K Kids. Right now, Chrisman, Harris, Altamari, Jared Soul getting some more minutes.
And they're huge minutes, in a game that, you're going to see, play again. And anytime these guys, someone gets sick, you're entered. All minutes are valuable. And I'm going to take one from downtown. That one's not going to drop for Soul. And the final 25 seconds will tick away.
Soul's guy, I'm a little impressed with that guy on coming off the bench. He has some good handles on the ball. Hasn't made a shot yet, but looking pretty good off the bench in terms of ball handling skills. Patridge getting another bucket.
So Patridge, he will finish with 2 3-pointers and 8. And this one will wind down 71-45 in favor of Northampton. We'll come back and then hear from our player of the game. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive. Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We are back. 71-45 is your final score. Al DiCarlo, Mike Raymond, and Mike, you came. We thought it was going to be a battle to the end. You meet the first time at 61-50 Northampton, but all of a sudden, you look at a team like Central Catholic that has won 16 in a row. Their last loss was back in December to this team, and same kind of a result.
Well, this could be a grounding loss for Coach Sensis's team because it provides a reality check. A team that you've had problems with, you confirming yet again that there are some problems that they need to address. They have to come up with a better plan should that they run into each other just down the road a little bit. They need to have a plan for addressing the perimeter shooting that Northampton brings to the table. We weren't expecting it, but Spencer Cole, averaging close to 7 points a game, dropping 30 tonight. Just so impressed with what he was able to do tonight.
No question about it. The way he puts it up and wins 71-45. And, We get ready with Joey Draper with our D11sports.com player of the game. And we go down to Joey Draper now.
I'm here with Spencer Cole of Northampton, who had 30 points tonight, 10 three-pointers. Spencer, how do you feel about having 10 three-pointers and upsetting arguably the hottest team in the Lehigh Valley?
It feels really great. You know, we're hitting the mark at the right time going to the district playoffs, so this is a big game for us, and it feels really good going to the playoffs now.
To come into Rockne Hall and to win by a score of 71-45 to a Northampton team who not many people were giving a chance to, what motivated you to come in and pull an upset in a historic building like Rockne Hall?
Well, last year actually we lost on a buzzer beater here, so we kind of played with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder from that, and just wanted to come out here and play a lot better than we did last year.
You beat the Central team the first time you guys met them, and people say it's hard to beat a team twice. What do you have to say to the people that say it's hard to beat a team twice?
Just got to work hard, and we really think we matched up well versus them, so just really work hard is just the thing is the key.
Did you do anything differently coming into the game, you personally, to be able to go off tonight?
No, actually I just came off being sick on Friday night, so maybe I just get sick more, I don't know.
Overall, you had one heck of a basketball night, and congratulations on the win, and congratulations on being able to keep your season going with this win tonight, Spencer.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Great job down there with Joey with our D11sports.com player of the game. And, we'll go through the scoring here. 4 points for Jalen Green, 5 points for Tyson Thomas, 3 points for Andrew Stensis. Liam Joyce goes for 15, 10 points for Nick Filchner, 8 points for Padridge, 30 points on 10 threes. Dante Rodriguez goes with 12 points, and we go back down to Joey Draper with Coy Stampone.
I'm here with the Northampton coach after he got arguably the win of the season, 71-45 here at Rockne Hall against Central Catholic. Coach, how do you feel overall about your team's performance?
I feel great. It was a nice win. It's a tough place to play here at Rockne Hall. The kids played great. Spencer Cole was just phenomenal. All right, and but where was this game at some other games that we kind of messed up on? But it was nice to finish the regular season like that, and we'll figure out what's going to happen with the playoffs down the road here.
Speaking of Spencer Cole, he was the one everyone was watching tonight. He had 10 three-pointers. That's something you don't see in college and the NBA, and he did it in high school. Just Spencer Cole's success tonight, at one point he had more points than the whole Central Catholic team.
Yeah.
How do you feel his performance impacted everyone else on your team and making sure you guys were able to get all efforts of the ball game done tonight?
Yeah, I thought we shared the ball very well, which opened up Spencer. I thought Dante Rodriguez penetrated very well and kicked it. And you're kicking it to a wide open Spencer Cole or an Isaac Harris, good things happen. So I thought we shared the ball, which ended up with nice threes by Spencer Cole.
You talked to me before the game about saying this is kind of a do or die moment. You guys just came out from the get-go and you just bang, made shots defensively. They couldn't get shots up inside the paint and outside the arc. How defensively proud are you of your team today?
Yeah, no, the match is really good. Luckily they weren't banging down the threes like we were. Because if they can, the match has to spread out a little bit, and I thought maybe they would bang it inside to Joyce a little bit. So, but overall, defensively, we did a nice job. Offensively, did a nice job also. So I'm pleased. I'm pleased with the Concrete kids tonight.
How do you feel about your team knowing they were able to put up 71 points tonight, looking further into the playoffs?
Oh, well, I told them that I don't know what this means as far as leagues or anything like that or seeding for districts, but I do know that maybe we're peaking at the right time. So no matter what happens here, it's going to be nice going into districts or whatever it's going to be to have this win under our belt and know how we can play.
Coach, congratulations on a historic win tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Back to you guys upstairs.
All right, Joey, great job down there. Joey, asking the Roy Firestone questions there for a while. Doing a great job, as he always does, and learning from our D11 Sports program. We love having him on the sidelines, and we want to thank him. We want to thank Coy Stampone for his hospitality there as well. Finishing up the scoring, Zach Chrisman with 12 points for Jake Chrisman, 12 points for Isaac Harris, and 2 points for Joe Altamore. Spencer Cole said he was sick. Zach Gula wasn't feeling well with a sprained ankle. So these guys were under the weather. I know there was a couple players from Central Catholic that also weren't feeling as well. But overall, a victory. And your final thoughts on this one?
Listen, if getting sick is the recipe for hitting 10 3-pointers, I don't know if it's worth the trade-off. But you can't argue with the offensive output by Spencer Cole, who's the player of the game. And then you got to be happy if you're Coach Stampone. And I think Joey said it best, peaking at the right time. And as you're sitting here in February, first couple days of February, that's when you want to be peaking. And, the season's going to be wrapping up. We're going to see what the leagues and districts have in store for us. And but again, a huge win for Coach Stampone and the K-Kids here at Rockney Hall tonight.
Mike, great having you on board. Great job. And we'll have you down the road, I'm sure, in some other games. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, Al.
That'll do it for tonight. And we'll regroup and get ready for the postseason. And you can watch out for our schedule as we look upon what Dave and I and our team's going to do. We want to thank Ari Bluestein and his Sports Fan Base Network for getting us aboard this entire basketball season. And, we're excited to what's there as well for not only us here at D11 Sports, but our student reporters, but also with our live stream program. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure that Spencer Cole will be watching this one over and over and over again. 71-45 is your final score. This is Al DeCarlo saying so long for night. You've been watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Have a great night.